is my first visit to the canal, and I have to admit it's a long life dream for me to come to see this. I've seen, of course, many pictures, many films about it, but I was actually in Panama for the widening of their canal some years back, and of course I followed the widening of this canal with great interest. And I have to say the fact that this job was done in 1 year is absolutely astonishing, and really a great credit to all concerned who did this. And the impact of this widening, of course, has been tremendous to the success of the Suez Canal and just the sheer number of ships that are now able to transit. I think the importance of the canal was brought to worldwide consciousness and attention when just over a year ago, or coming up to a year ago, just over a year, sorry, in March of 2021, the Ever Given went aground here. The Suez Canal's track record until that time was incredible in terms of closures and delays, so the Ever Given incident brought into consumers everywhere that all the things that we enjoy to have, which are manufactured perhaps elsewhere, are brought to us. 90% of the goods are brought to us by sea. And the Suez Canal's importance in this aspect, it's very clear that the Suez Canal Authority, to some extent to my surprise, is very sensitive to consumers, and their consumers or their customers are the shipping companies. I think the Suez Canal Authority follows what's going on in the world in terms of charter rates and profits or losses, whichever the case, for shipping companies, and adjusts its charges accordingly. And to me, this is a very fair and very reasonable way of approaching things. It is, let's face it, a highly significant waterway where frankly charges could be perhaps higher or lower as the case may be. But I think listening to and following what's going on in the industry and adjusting when lines are making a fortune, of course charges are going to go up, and that's only fair because the authority needs to reinvest and improve the canal at any one time, and these investments are massive. Equally, when, as in 2008, there was a financial crisis in the world, immediately the Suez Canal Authority reacted to these circumstances, and I think that is, in any approach to business, a good way to do it. I think the sort of reinvestment and the improvement that any facility such as the canal is important. I mean, it's the same as upgrading or improving motorways. I mean, your road network in this country, I mean, is incredible. Since I was here last time, the road building is very extensive, and infrastructure is such a key thing. And I think the approach of the Canal Authority to constantly see where upgrading is possible and where not only the widening, but in some cases the corners that have to be turned have been extended and expanded upon. All of these are very useful and very good things to be doing, because again, I think the Suez Canal Authority and the country of Egypt recognizes the extreme importance to the world of this facility, and the way that it's been managed, and certainly the way the Ever Given issue was handled, is a tremendous credit to the authority and to all concerned. From what I know and seen and heard, it's clear that the Suez Canal Authority is a highly professional organization, extremely well run, very hands-on and very responsive to circumstances, and I think this is really a great credit to, as I already said, to them and to all concerned. But I'd also just like to add on one issue where Egypt has been, and the Suez Canal Authority in particular, has been very helpful, was during the height of the pandemic on crew change crisis. Crew change became a major crisis in the sense that it was difficult to get the seafarers changed in many jurisdictions. Many countries simply failed to live up to their obligations to allow and treat seafarers as key workers. But I'm very happy to say that the Suez Canal Authority were at the forefront of facilitating crew change and enabling on a humanitarian basis for this to happen. And this is, I think, should never be underestimated, because many countries in my opinion, should be ashamed of themselves for the way they handled, particularly during the peak in 2021. The worst seems to be behind us, but so my congratulations to the authority and to Suez for handling and their contribution to handling this very difficult problem so well.
It's really important, the sustainability of the supply chain, and this is where the Suez Canal and the Suez Canal Authority formed such an integral part of the overall global trade situation. I think our cooperation has been with the SCA has been very important to ICS. I mean, the Suez Canal Authority and the Suez Canal transits over $1 trillion tons worth of goods each year, and that is nearly 10% of the world trade. So it's an incredibly important strategic waterway. So good communication, good relationships is very important, and the way that the Suez Canal ensures that we keep the canal open and keep it open for traffic, and the recent widening has only just helped to ease any problems in the supply chain. So, we've been very impressed with our visit today, very honoured to see firsthand the work that the SCA and the people who work for the SCA do to keep world trade flowing. We're honoured to sign a memorandum of understanding with the Suez Canal Authority today, and that is to cement the close relationship we now have. I think one of the things I've been very impressed with by the SCA is the willingness to listen to industry. That's very important. The industry is facing many headwinds in terms of the supply chain crisis, but also in terms of sustainability and the transition to a low carbon future. And we only see the Suez Canal playing a more increasingly role even in that, as we move forward to what we're calling in the ICS the fourth propulsion revolution. It truly has been an honour to be here today and to cement that relationship and sign the MOU.